The Waterfall Adventure of Rhino Gigi. Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush magical forest in a faraway land, lived a curious rhino named Gigi. Gigi loved going on adventures and discovering new places, but the area around his home had become too familiar, making it hard for him to find new adventures and discoveries. One morning, while on the lookout for a new adventure, Gigi wandered far from his home. From a distance, he heard a faint sound of water coming from the depths of the forest. He had never heard this sound before. Where is this sound coming from? He wondered. As he looked around for directions, a tiny bird perched on a branch chirped at him. "Hello, Gigi. Are you curious about that sound?" said the bird. Gigi walked towards the bird and asked, "Yes. Do you know where the sound is coming from?" The bird flapped its wings gently and said, "The sound is coming from a beautiful waterfall deep in the forest. But to reach it, you must follow a challenging path." Excited to see the waterfall, Gigi began to move in the direction the bird had pointed. Throughout his journey, Gigi walked along a winding path filled with dense trees, bushes, and rocks. However, he soon lost his way. At that moment, he encountered Luli, the wise turtle of the forest. Luli was a patient and peaceful turtle who knew the forest well. "Hello, Gigi. Where are you rushing off to?" she asked. Gigi replied, "Hello, Luli. I want to find the waterfall, but I'm lost." Luli smiled kindly. "Looking for the waterfall, are you? It requires a long and challenging journey. But you're not alone. Let's go together," she said. Gigi and Luli began to walk together. Luli, an old turtle, was the wisest creature in the forest, knowing the hidden secrets and legends of the woods better than anyone. However, Luli had a special secret that she had kept from others. Years ago, on a great adventure, she had found a magical bottle deep in the forest. Being a young and brave turtle back then, Luli had not needed to use the bottle's power. So, she had kept it, waiting for a truly patient and deserving traveler to use it. Seeing Gigi's determination and courage, Luli realized it was time for the bottle to be used. It was time to help Gigi, a patient traveler, overcome the challenges ahead. Luli pointed to a hollow in a nearby tree. "Look, there's a magical bottle I found during an adventure in my youth. This bottle can guide us. But only if we are patient," she added. Gigi and Luli took the magical bottle and continued their journey. A soft light emanated from the bottle, guiding them and revealing hidden paths in the depths of the forest, teaching Gigi and Luli how to take safe steps. Their first major obstacle was a huge thicket. The thicket was so wide and dense that it was impossible to go around. Gigi thought about trying to go through the thicket, but the branches were too close together, making it dangerous and risking injury. Luli said, "Maybe the bottle can help us." Gigi held up the bottle and a thin light emerged from it, illuminating a hidden path through the thicket. However, the path was so narrow that they could only pass through it if they were patient and careful. Gigi carefully followed the hidden path through the thicket, with Luli following behind. A bit further along, they encountered a second obstacle, a large river. They tried to cross by stepping on the stones, but the river was flowing too strongly and the stones were slippery. Gigi said worriedly, "This is too difficult. We can't get across." At that moment, the magical bottle glowed softly again, revealing a glowing path in the water showing where to step. However, The path was very narrow, and they needed to walk carefully. Luli said, "This path is safe only for those who are patient." Gigi took a deep breath and began to walk steadily along the narrow path in the water. Finally, the sound of the waterfall grew louder. Gigi was very excited. "We're getting closer to the waterfall. I can feel it," he said. But then they faced one last obstacle, a massive rock blocking their way completely. Gigi looked at the rock in surprise. "How are we going to get past this rock?" he asked. This time, the magical bottle wasn't glowing. Its light seemed to be out. Luli, speaking calmly, said, "Maybe magic alone won't help us overcome this obstacle. We need to think carefully." Gigi examined the rock and noticed a small cave entrance covered with grass and flowers beside it. "I wonder where this leads," he asked. Luli replied, "Maybe we can reach the other side of the rock by going through the cave." They both entered the cave together. It was dark inside, but the magical bottle began to emit a soft light again. This light guided them to the exit on the other side of the cave. When they emerged from the cave, they had made it to the other side of the huge rock. The sound of the waterfall was now very close. After a few more steps, they finally saw the magnificent waterfall. Water cascaded down from a great height, sparkling brightly, surrounded by colorful, beautiful flowers. "How beautiful!" shouted Gigi. "We did it!" At that moment, the magical bottle glowed one last time, and the bright light from it floated towards the waterfall. The waterfall's waters began to sparkle even more brightly. Luli smiled and said, "The magical bottle taught us the value of patience. And thanks to your patience, you succeeded." Gigi thought, "Yes, being patient really is important." Gigi and Luli sat by the waterfall and listened to the sound of the water. This adventure had taught them the importance of patience, friendship, and courage. Now, Gigi had found the courage to always seek out new things. From that day on, Gigi's name was remembered in the forest not only for his bravery, but also for the power of patience and friendship in his heart. As the beauty and magic of the waterfall guided them, Gigi and Luli set off into the depths of the forest for new adventures. It is said that whenever the wind gently blows through the ancient forest, the friendly and reassuring laughter of Gigi and Luli can still be heard. And whenever the waterfall's waters sparkle in the sunset or under the full moon, the sounds of Gigi and Luli's adventurous footsteps echo along the paths, bringing the ancient legends of the forest back to life.